Okay.
Good evening, everyone. We are getting started with our big campfire, and I'm ScouterStan, and I'm so glad that you're with us this evening. Of course, we have Mike doing the console stuff. He's there typing away on the computer thingy, and of course, I have my cohorts, my favorite people, all here, and you're among them. So keep that in mind. We have Brian down there in the red shirt. Yeah. And of course, Matthew. Matthew he's over there. I got to figure, the camera flips and does all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's always fun. But we're just so glad to be here, and scouting is fantastic, and we are really making a difference. Scout leaders, that's the nice thing about scouting, is we get to be with some young people. Yeah, we put Brian in the fire there. So.
Hey, Stan, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Do you know the numerical date for today?
The numerical date is, was it 6/7/26?
6/7! 6/7!
Bucky, I thought you were seriously against that silliness. I distinctly recall that
he said, no.
You've mentioned the Scouts to just kind of not go there. And
yeah,
I was visiting a friend's house a couple weeks ago, and a child of theirs, didn't know, starts doing this.
Matthew's already given it away.
and the dad, whose name is Matt, was like, knock it off. And I'm like, what was that? Oh, that 6/7 thing. And then as I was coming on, as I shared in the pre-production, my friend Tyler, who's in scouting, we cleaned out the trailer today. And I'm like, hey, it's June 7th. I have to remind everybody about 6/7 because everybody loves that.
Where'd that come from? Is that Nickelodeon? Is that what that started?
No, it was some guy on a video. They asked how tall you are, and it says 6'7", and then just like anything, it takes on a life of its own with pop culture and kids.
Yeah,
so
brain rot.
Yep.
Well, just a moderator comment. Everyone, please hit the thumbs up. YouTube will hopefully promote this to more.
Yeah.
And I would like to say thank you to Relantel for gifting 5 memberships.
Fantastic.
So thank you very much. Relantel is a consistent viewer and comments and videos. Would someone like to comment on the membership thing? Because
membership, you do get an extended part of the video. That's one of the things that a lot of people may not know about. Not only are you supporting the channel, because we have to pay for the server we're on and the software and all the updates and all the stuff that needs to be done. But those monies go towards all that. But you also get the benefit of getting an additional, I think it's like about 10 minutes, roughly 9 to 10 minutes. And it's usually me telling stories about my childhood. And that can be very embarrassing. But it's or when I was an assistant scoutmaster or a situation that I came into. In fact, you would get more details about those are not milk duds story that was in my last episode. So you get more details about that. I can't believe that I had an entire pack. I had to get them all together because the parents are going to kill me. I didn't get all the Cub Scouts together. It's like, those are not milk duds. Leave them alone. Do not touch them. They're just on the ground.
I have to tell my Cub Scouts, those are not Cocoa Puffs on the ground there.
Well, that's from raccoons. But these are like deer ones. They're milk duds.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, wow.
So,
not from rabbits. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah. So that's one of those little secret things you get to hear about in the middle of the normal episode. Today I was editing the members only, and it was rather lengthy. So I've edited out quite a bit. Just when I took out all the gaps and all the mess ups, it was over an hour. So I had to really cut it back quite a bit. But it's on a subject that is very alive. I get comments about it. I have a lot of people sending me emails about losing older scouts. And there's reasons for that. My format is a little bit different than others. Mine's more of a lecture, and everyone here knows that I can just talk forever. So I'm a talker, and so we have to kind of weigh that out. But as far as the losing older scouts, there's reasons. They're very serious reasons, and it may take a restart. And I bring up some of that, how to restart the unit so that the older scouts are actually helped. And the real essence of retention is adventure, because no Cub Scout, no Boy Scout, no Scout has ever joined for boring meetings, ever. They've never joined for it. They don't. That's not the purpose. The purpose of a meeting is to get ready for an adventure. That's the key. And if you can do that and have the older scouts buy into it, it's kind of the essence of that entire video. So that'll be coming up on the 10th, I believe, is when that video comes out. And you get it a day early if you're a member. So now we have a bunch of members. We have over 40, which is nice.
Ooh, that's nice. And Stan, I like your comment about Scouts want adventure, and they want the adventure that they pick, not the adventure that an adult picks.
Exactly. And
adults need to ratify it.
Yeah. I did touch on also another big one. They don't want to repeat over and over the same great episode or great thing that they've done in scouting. They don't want to keep repeating it over and over again. So you got to keep it fresh. If you have a fantastic, wonderful camp out, don't try to redo it. You can do something similar. You can take some of the good elements and have a new experience. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, that repetitiveness, you'll lose scouts. You really will. So that's a big pointer there. So I don't know if you guys have run into retention issues, but we have a lot of scout leaders that do.
And Relantel just commented that I was describing venturing in a nutshell. By scouts want to pick adventures that they choose, not the adults' adventures.
Exactly. Well, that's true in a troop. That's true in a troop too. Now with Cub Scouts, it's a little bit different. That's leader led. So, and that's an actual program that they have out there. So that's a different thing. But troops can do all kinds of things, and venture crews can do all kinds of things. So that's a thing about venturing. Back in my day, as they didn't have venturing. They had venture patrols inside of troops. There was usually the older scouts. I think it was 14 and up were allowed to be in the venture patrol. That was a big thing. Now they learned from that, and they added into the venture program, which has been wonderful. But in the day, explorers was the big co-ed thing, and my wife and I were in the same explorer post. It was about computers. So, but that was, that's back when computers were just getting into the home. So this was like 1980s, early 1980s. So that was when we were teenagers at the time. So.
Yep. Relanto mentioned a really interesting thing. Apparently his council has announced that they will pay the registration fee for the first year scouts, which I think that's really a great way to get new people involved, and hopefully we'll see all the benefits of scouting. It's great that they have the ability to do that.
That's really good. I wish more councils did that. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of councils kind of waive the fees, so that does happen. So that waive whatever the council fees are. But a lot of times those councils, those fees pay for a lot of things, different camporees, different activities, things they need at camp. That's another thing that a council might need a fund for. Not a lot of places are doing the what they call that, the Friends of Scouting. I haven't seen that in a little bit. That was very, very common to see that in the early 2000s. And I'm pretty sure it's gone exclusively to people that are just continuously donating. So it's still there, but it's not a big campaign.
Yeah.
Well, our council tries to send a district executive to every unit at least once a year.
Good.
To ask for Friends of Scouting donations. So
that's good. That's good. Our council does phone stuff. They call people. So they do a big phone campaign. So, and it varies from area to area.
Ping King, one of our monthly viewers, says one of my troops are planning to take over our fall fellowship weekend. We're currently at 8 OA members that are going. Okay.
Nice. So they're going to be organizing it and keeping it running. Is that what they're doing? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Perhaps Ping King can reply. And I don't.
Yeah. They do that in some councils in districts too. They'll have troops and units actually take over a camporee and do all the planning and stuff for it. So that's something they do here in Central Florida. I don't know what they do up there in DC area or way out west.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either yet. That's one of the things that I haven't done here that I keep saying I'm going to do is to redo my memberships or redo my dues and membership for the OA, and I haven't done it just because, like I said, a lot of the stuff that I do in scouting is to hang out and have more time with my son. So that would be just another program where he's not yet involved. So I haven't signed up for it yet. But as Stan would call me, a sash and dash kind of guy, because never sealed my membership or my brotherhood or anything. So.
Well, I did the same thing, Matt. Don't feel bad.
I feel
there
awful.
Was good 20-something years between.
Well, I'm right there. I'm right there with you, Stan.
That's right there. I'm a bad example as far as that goes.
Yeah.
It's brotherhood wasn't something that was really an option for me. 2 days after I went through ordeal, I was 18. So I was that was it. So it was very, very quick.
Yeah.
And happens. We have another one on the screen here.
Relanto mentioned that his council still has Friends of Scouting, but they stopped making fundraising visits to units. They still hit up businesses and individuals as they did in the past. Okay.
Good. Yeah. It's not that the need went away. I mean, they definitely need funding.
Yeah.
Camps and activities cost money, and the scouting staff need to be paid. Yeah.
That's true. We got to pay our professional staff. Otherwise, we'll have to do those icky things that they do. So I don't want to do those. Got to keep the paid staff happy.
So I think there's a comment about Relanto mentioned something about the national annual meeting, and Pink King mentioned some safety changes. And I believe out of the national annual meeting, laser tag and squirt guns are now allowed under the Guide to Safe Scouting. So
wow, that's something that that's been coming for some time. When I went to the 2010 Jamboree, the visitor center that I was dropped off at from the bus, that was right next to probably the longest line I've ever seen at the Jamboree, and it was for a paintball display. And they would go in and shoot paintball targets. So it was very, and I think they've been working on that. So
nice.
The old adage of them, saying that they don't want scouts shooting at other scouts. That's the one thing. And paintball, I think, is still not allowed as a scouting event. But squirt guns and laser, they're pretty harmless. So it's about time. It's about time. There was a time when they wouldn't allow rocketry. Those SDs rockets that would shoot up with a parachute. There was a time for that too, and it went by state because of fireworks rules. So, and they would. That's the thing about scouting. The adult leaders, us volunteers, we are there for safety, and we have to go by their safety guidelines. That's a big thing. And I tell people all the time, make sure you download it and have some kind of copy on your phone, because inevitably you're going to be in a committee meeting where they want to go paintball. And you got to go, no, we can't. So you got to be able to point to the line and read it. So that's the thing.
There's a comment that scouts do like guns. It's an exciting thing that they get to use at various age appropriate levels. So
true.
There was even my algorithm popped up a video about this gentleman who he's a gun broker, and somebody brought in an actual Boy Scout like stamped I think it was Remington gun, like an actual like rifle. Yeah, and I was like, I did not know that existed. And I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, that's definitely an antique that if I came across, I would probably purchase. But
well, they're not just antiques; they make them brand new. You could buy one today. So
did not know.
Really, I did not know.
Yeah, they still have them around. I've seen them advertised. So and they actually have the old Scout logo on them. So I don't know if it's a license they're continuing. So, but it's I've seen it at. Where was that? I think it was La Noche. There was a scouter that was there that was shooting that rifle, and it's a side loading. Right, I don't know what the caliber is. So, but it's a Winchester kind of thing where it's cocked and everything. But for target shooting, it's a wonderful weapon to do that. My my brother has 3 kids, and my brother's wife did not want anything to do with guns. So guns, no squirt guns, no anything with a trigger on it. It was forbidden from the house. So it's very hard to have kids with those restrictions. And sure enough, the very first time I'm sitting there at the table, he takes one bite out of a piece of toast and it becomes the gun. It's part of the American culture. I'm convinced of it. So we both took a bit and went pew pew.
So I looked it up online, and it's a Henry repeating rifle. So it's a 22 lever action. It has, and it is updated to show Scouting America on it within the engraving on it. And then it actually has a medallion, the Eagle Scout medallion in the buttstock.
Neat.
And it says, once an eagle, always an eagle. And who wants to take a guess at the MSRP currently?
$5,000.
No
idea.
It's listed at just under 1,300.
Wow.
Okay.
There's antique ones too. So
yeah.
I remember Rifleman. Remember that TV show?
So we
some reruns, all right.
So we have a question here. What's the best way to let your scout know about activities, camps, awards, but not have them feel like you're pushing them? I think I would maybe kind of open that up for summer camp is starting. And we always sign up in our troop. Most summer camps will have kind of a first year scout, Brown Sea or some other, whatever they call it. And we inevitably have the discussion with the scouts and the parents that, oh yeah, the first year scouts, we sign you up for this program. Well, but I want to do rifle shooting or water skiing, or you're like, well, just believe us, there's a reason for it.
Yeah. Well, Mountain Man, which is real common that I've seen in the Eastern camps that do that, Mountain Man, they actually sign up for at least 1 or 2 merit badges. So that's included with that package. So it depends on the camp, really does. And that way they can go and do those types of shooting. Now, I do believe that shotgun has a age requirement. So they can't do that the first time. So that's just, there's certain restrictions.
Yeah.
And it really depends.
But I think the question is more along the lines of, how do you keep it adult guided without saying, hey, you are going to take this merit badge or do this at this time? And I'm currently doing that with my son, who, he's working, and I use air quotes, working on his tenderfoot, because I just ask him a load of questions of like, hey, if you want to get tenderfoot before you go to summer camp, how many days do you have to do the physical fitness thing? Oh, I have to do 30 days. Okay, so when is the latest that you can take the test to then get to be able to sit for a Scoutmasters conference and then a board of review and all of that, and then like the wheels start turning and the DSL dial-up noises are going on and everything. And, just asking those questions and just say, okay, hey, you just tell me what that date is. And, I asked that question a month ago and we still haven't done a physical fitness test for it. But I think that is an important question, is to, at least what I've been doing with my son, is to ask him like, hey, what are you interested in? And what is your goal? What do you want to do? And also knowing that he likes certain things. Like, my son is really into chess. I'm like, hey, did you know that that there's a chess merit badge, and that if you want to take it, they have this clinic coming up? Oh, so I would just go there and take the 1 merit badge? Oh, no. You can take, I think it's up to 4 merit badges while you're there, because they have a lunch period. Wow. So it's like, why don't you look at this and see if there's anything else in there that you're interested in? And then explaining to him, hey, these are the ones that are required for Eagle Scout, and you will at some point have to take them. Why don't you take them here, this year when you don't have much going on or whatever? So it really is just talking to your scout or your scouts, at least from what I've been experiencing lately, figuring out they want, and again, also kind of placing the other options. You kind of use the carrot of like, hey, here's something that you like, and then also puts, I don't know, some ice cream in a carrot. So you have the ice cream, which is the chess merit badge, but then, hey, you have to do your citizenship in the community merit badge at the same time. So at least that's what I've been doing. What about you, gentlemen?
Open-ended questions. Those are the best because you get a lot of results out of that. Well, Brian, you're our expert as far as merit badges.
I don't know about expert, but
I think you are.
I have thoughts on pretty much anything. And having Scoutmaster now 20 years, I've seen almost everything. Just when I think I've seen it all, pops up that I haven't seen. So what I've found successful is to not try and sell it to a group, but sell it to the individual and focus in on what that individual is excited about. Now, I always stay away from the video game thing because I'm trying to get them away from the electronics and such. But I think what you have to do is find the cool aspect, not from an adult standpoint, but from the youth standpoint. So, for instance, the going to camp, it's amazing how valuable, like gold, a slushie becomes.
Yep.
to the kids. And it's like, if we go to this camp, they have a slushie machine. They have 3 that you get to choose from.
Wow.
And that component, which seems so trivial and worthless to us as adults, is what will excite that kid to say, I'll even buy you your first slushie. Okay, I'm going. And some people might say you're tricking them.
I call it bribery.
Well,
Just
and bribery, just the thing is, it's kind of bringing them to the water. And when they're there, half the battle or most of the battle is getting them there. Once they're there, they're with their buddies, they're having a good time, and they know they're not able to go home. So
you're incentivizing.
What was that?
You're incentivizing.
So my kids are den chiefs in our Cub Scout pack, and at a pack camp out, they were talking to the Weeblos about, hey, in the spring you'll be transitioning the troop and all the great stuff that the troop does, and a couple of these Weeblos were like, well, I want to stay in Cub Scouts, and then my son started explaining, well, in summer camp you get to do this and this. They're like, I want to go.
Yeah.
And it was just really from, no, I want to stay in Cub Scouts too. Really? I get to do that? Wow. So his good promotion.
And it's not a campfire is always an appealing thing.
Yeah.
To say, hey, we get to tell stories around the campfire, we make s'mores, and whatever you can easily, and you don't have to go extravagant. But certain camps, we have a camp in central Minnesota here. That's a castle.
Yes.
That alone is something that the kids are, wait, what? We have a cave called Eagle Cave along the St. Croix River that you can camp in the cave.
Neat.
And one of the things is, and you know what? You need to bring clothes that you're going to throw away because the limestone dripping and stuff just ruins everything.
You get that dirty,
yeah. It's like, wait, you mean the clothes I wear are going to get so grungy that I have to throw them out? Yeah, isn't that cool? Okay, I got to see that.
Yeah.
So you can find the things that what's that song? What are little boys made of? Snakes and snails and puppy dog tails or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Just find the cool, gross, or the unique, and that's what gets them excited. Now, 16-year-olds, not so much. And I don't encourage, incentivizing teenage boys saying, well, the girls are going to be with. That's not what scouting is about. And so it's tougher on the older kids, but I think that's where you build trust in your excitement of the cool stuff that's going to happen. And the older scouts just follow going, you know what? It's always going to be fun. So we'll give it a try.
Yeah. And in Central Florida, we have Sulphur Springs where you get to stomp around in the sulfur mud. and it will destroy your shoes. It will destroy anything you're wearing, and it will make you smell funny for at least 2 days.
Ooh,
so
kind of like a skunk.
Oh, sulfury. It's very sulfury. Very sulfury. So.
If you haven't gone down to Orlando or at least the South, like as soon as they hand you like a cup of water, it just reeks of sulfur. It's like.
All right, there's a question. Are we going to the Jamboree? And I don't think any of us are.
I'm still up in the air. If anybody's sponsoring, I'll go. Or if you need an extra leader or last minute, you know.
You got all the training. You're ready.
I don't have to worry about the BMI as much as I did in 2017 when I went.
Yeah.
I was pushing that 30.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not good.
All right. Good. We have a question from another viewer. What do you feel is the best age to target for Eagle Scout rank?
Okay, I'm going to jump
13.
in. I'm going to jump in because I've been quiet thus far. I'm going to say 16.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to say, and this is something a lot of parents and leaders don't think of. Matter of fact, Friday night I was at a court of honor talking to some younger scouts, and it was a 14-year-old young lady that was sitting with her parents, and they mentioned a car. And I looked at the young lady and I said, you're either going to, if you don't already dislike me, you're going to really dislike me after I tell your parents this. Okay. Use the getting the car license and car as when you get your Eagle, we can have that discussion. And every time I share that with parents, they're like, oh, I never thought of that. But it's not just getting the Eagle.
Yeah.
It gets tougher when they're 16 and older. But it can also vertical help the studying skills by working towards the merit badges, which ultimately helps with the insurance costs. Because the better your grades are, the less it's still ridiculous, but it does lower. So my thing is, adults, leaders, push for 16.
Yep.
Okay?
16 is wonderful because you've got a few years to give back to the truth.
Yeah.
And be that example. That's a great.
Yeah, I would disagree with you holding the driver's license for them to get Eagle. I know some scouts that have had that situation, and they had a pretty negative view of scouting as a result. But I know some parents do it. So
and my argument
it's up to the parents. The parents have to do that. The scout leaders aren't.
Absolutely, but it's no different than saying you need to have a B average to get your license because of the cost of it.
Exactly.
And if the kid doesn't want to get Eagle, okay, a parent shouldn't force them. They should have a talk with the scout leader and the parent and the kid to say, look, we're recommending this for the benefits that come to you later on in life for completing this.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. But if the kid just wants to hang out with his buddies or her friends, then I'd rather have a non-Eagle Scout stay through 18 active in the unit than 16 and sporadically show up. So again, I'm not saying it's a catch-all for all scouts, but it's a concept that a lot of parents don't think about to use it as an incentive to get their kids focused, because a lot of kids get to that 14, I got time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm dealing with
You'd be amazed. The average is 2 years between life and Eagle.
Yeah.
That seems to be an average.
I've got a young lady in my troop that is star and has been for the last 3 years. She's coming up on 16 and she's stagnated. You know, and so right now, if she gets her act together and we get her to life, she's going to have to really get focused to get it done. Is it doable? Yes. But when your junior year comes around and, you know, we talk about the 3 Ps or the 3 Ws to clarify that for those that go, what? Perfume, petrol, and payroll, or women, wine, or women, wages, and work. No,
Yeah.
women wages.
Wheels.
Yes. Yeah.
I think the older they get, the harder it is to get Eagle. Because they have so many things.
Yeah.
The other thing is, what age do you get them to life? Because if you have them at life, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter whether they're 14, 16, or 17. There's still a reachable light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
If it's star and they're 16, it's hard to convince them you have 2 more big steps to take.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of merit badges. It's scout spirit and partaking and leadership, which those kids sometimes go, well, with my homework and my extracurricular other activities, scouting becomes expendable to them.
Yep.
You know, so
once they hit 9th grade, there's a lot of things competing with scouting.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a lost.
Not every scout's going to be an Eagle Scout.
Right.
That's just the way it is.
And there's this,
and we need to watch our rhetoric to make sure that we aren't over glorifying the Eagle rank, because I've got a scout of mine that never got Eagle, but he's my car sales guy. Matter of fact, meeting with him tomorrow to look at a new car, and he's fabulous. He thanks me every time I see him for what we did in scouting and how it affected him. He had his moments of being very enjoyable. Notice the tone.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. All right. I'll be quiet now and wait to be called upon.
Yeah. I think that I agree with 16 as well. Being new dad or not a new dad, but like new to at least the troop level and all that, and thinking back to when I was 15 and 16 years old. And there is this great video, and I was trying to find it to throw it up into the chat, but I can't find it right now. So, because I don't want to be listening to another video while I'm talking to you guys. And it's from Mike Rowe. And Mike Rowe constantly gets letters from people about, hey, can you, like, my son is this close to Eagle Scout. Can you please write him a letter to kind of say, like, you just need to get across the bump and all that. And Mike Rowe in the video, he's kind of talking about how he gets these all the time. And he sat down to like type a letter to it. And then eventually he comes to the realization of if the kid doesn't want it, then he doesn't want it. Like if he needs, like it can't be mom or Mike Rowe pushing him across the finish line. It has to be something that he wants to get for himself. And I think about that when people talk about like, oh yeah, I got to, they talk about they're getting to life. And then a family member is like, well, you need to go. And they're like, I just don't feel like doing it. And it's like, what can we do to make him get over? It's like, well, if they don't see the benefit of it, like you can force them, you can hold the car, you can, make it to like every person in this family will be an Eagle Scout sort of thing. But like, then I don't think that they're the best, representation of what you want an Eagle Scout to be, because they have to want to go, they have to want it to get from life to Eagle. And I, like Brian was saying, like, I know plenty of people who are Star and Life Scouts that are fantastic. It's like, just because they didn't make Eagle does not mean that they're lesser of a scout or they don't have as much experience. All it was is that they either just didn't do a project, or they ran out of time, or they just didn't see the benefit in it, but they're still fantastic leaders and people. So that's what I got to say about it.
Well, I do have an experience with some leaders when I was an assistant scoutmaster for a very large troop. A lot of them were Life Scouts, and they regretted it. It was something that they said, if I just did that merit badge, it was the last requirement of hiking merit badge that they had to get. That was, just to make that effort. And I kind of relate to that. I mean, I was 17 3/4 when I got mine. So, Matthew, how old were you when you were Eagle?
17 and 11 months.
It's about the same. So, you got to get over that line. And it's a commitment. You have to make the commitment. You have to, and that's the individual, not the parents. None. It doesn't matter what everybody else says.
Yep.
We could just go on for days. The point is if the individual wants that goal, they need to do it.
Yeah,
they need to do it, and it never is. You've got a finite amount of time. I've mentored a lot of Eagle Scouts. And the first meeting that we have, I sit with a paper calendar. Some of them have never seen one, and literally X out every weekend, and then X out everything with the troop. These are the days you actually have to work on this. And for 6 months, you've got maybe 20 days that are viable, where you could do a project where people would be available. So this is, we literally sit there, and if this is going to be your goal, this is what you have to work with. So,
and I've never been an official Eagle Scout mentor, and I've only talked in passing to Life Scouts and people and kids who were at that age, and they're kind of at that turning point. And I have met some of them. They're like, I just don't think that it's worthwhile. Like, I already have the skills and everything. So like, what does it matter? And I come back to that. I'm like, what you're saying, Stan, is that one of the most common regrets that I hear from adults who were very active in scouting as a youth and did not make Eagle is the fact that they didn't do that last thing. That I'm telling you right now that the price of regret is something that you can't pay. It's like later on, like if you just do this now, I'm like, I know it's going to take work. I know it's going to take all that, but it's a lot better to spend 20 days over the next 6 months versus the next 20 years kicking yourself, wishing that you had done that. Not saying that it does not mean that you will be a better leader, a better scout, or anything like that. But we all have regrets from our childhood, things that we wish we could have done. And once that door closes, it does not reopen for us, because that's just the, how time works. So,
however, I'm going to play Captain Obvious or whatever. The teenage mind knows so much more than you do, than I do, than Stan and Mike all put together. And that's the factor that really is challenging. You can talk till you're blue in the face and tell them you're going to regret this and stuff. Trust me, you're right on with that. Sometimes it breaks through, but sometimes they just put up a bigger resilience to it. Because I'm not giving into this, because I've made up my mind. I'm not going to do it.
That's why Stan's joke of like, 13, it actually makes like a lot of sense, because I've read so much, so much about how like the teenage mind, as soon as you get to a certain point, is like anything that you say is just wrong. Like what you're talking about, Brian, anything that you say is wrong. Like we were talking about my son and all that, and I'm trying to do as much now and talk to him as much now, like about things, and try to instill some things in him before I just become the dumb guy. And I tell him openly, I'm like, hey, I'm telling you these things now, because I know in a couple of years you're going to be like, man, Dad doesn't know anything what he's talking about. And I'm like, and I'm telling you right now that you may think that I don't know anything at that point. And you may think that I'm over exaggerating that once you're in your teenage years, but I'm telling you right now that I thought it when I was your age. It's like, and now I look back at my dad, I'm like, my dad actually knew what he was talking about. I'm like, it's just a genetic, psychological, sociological thing. So just know that it's going to happen. I know you're going to make snide comments and things like that, but I'm just trying to do what's best for you. So,
Pin King commented that he got his Eagle the week or week and a half before he turned 18. So.
Last minute, man.
Hey, thanks for helping me average there.
It's like
and there's scouts that do get it after they turn 18, but we don't advertise that. That's gotta read the
so I'm the advancement chair for troop, and there's just something I got to bring up. This is actually, I just recently became the advancement chair. So we had a court of honor, and we had 2 Eagle Scouts recognized at this court of honor. one of them completed his Eagle Scout and then aged out in December, and it's just last week. So as I'm, ordering the badges and stuff, I didn't so his Eagle badge and Eagle pin, that was already sent by the Counselor National to the Scoutmaster, so that was fine. But I didn't realize as advancement chair that this scout that aged out in December, he was not listed on the order to order all the merit badge patches. So he had a number of merit badge patches that he'd earned, and I just wasn't flagged to order them. So it's just kind of, hey, if you're an advancement chair, please be aware of that. There is a different report you can pull within Scout Book to get past scouts, things that were not yet awarded, which is what I did, and then I got with the council office and ordered the patches for him. But just something to point out for people.
So here's the advice and feedback I would give to you if we were having a one-on-one conversation. First off, the important thing is the scout has been credited with the merit badges.
Yep.
First and foremost, that's what matters most in a timely manner. Like it or not, National Supply, while tightly tied to Scouting America, is a separate entity. Their job is to sell stuff. Their job as a retailer is to make profit. Their job to make profit is to sell stuff. So if you go
into capitalism.
Well, I mean, if you go into a scout shop, you may hit a employee that's like, oh no, we have to have the advancement report and such. Okay, most of them are going to go, we understand the situation if you describe it to them, because they're there to sell stuff. And so and let's look at what our values as scouters are. It's a legitimate thing. We're supposed to be trustworthy and helpful and all that. So this is where I kind of go, you know what? Go in and explain the situation, and I guarantee you 9 out of 10 scout shops are going to go, yep, we're there we're here to help you, but realize that they're also there to sell product. So it shouldn't be to jump through hoops.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've actually turned in anything when I've gone up there to do stuff. Like if I needed like an extra belt loop or something like that for any of the Cub Scouts. Now, when we go up for to grab something for like a pack meeting, we have the whole sheet. But it's like we never hand it to them. We're just like, okay, I need 10 of these. I need 10 of these. It's more of like an inventory list to make sure we have it. So.
On my recent trip out to Connecticut, we stopped at a number of scout shops, and it's amazing how you see the same thing, the same layouts, but talking with the staff, how certain things are done differently.
Right.
For instance, in the Twin Cities here, our main scout shop, you send in the report, they'll pull the stuff for you and have it ready for you when you stop in.
Nice.
Which is really cool. And so they've got a nice little connection with the council, and they get that paperwork over and such. And so, but every scout shop and every council kind of has a different relationship. And if you didn't know, every council gets 10% of the sales from their scout shop, even when you order online.
So usually they share the same building as the scout office.
In the Twin Cities here, our main scout shop just moved into our council offices. We had 4 in the Twin Cities at different locations.
Well, that 10% kind of covers their rent. So
Well, no, 10% goes to the council.
Right.
Off of all
you're
sales.
paying the rent on the building. So
I don't know. That I don't know.
So
I know. Again, this was my first time as the advancement chair, so I sent them the online purchase order, and I actually is a PDF that I sent them, and actually I had to cross out, I don't need this, because we have those patches on hand. And when the council the council staff person emailed me back. Oh, we need the advancement report.
Yep.
What? Why?
Yep.
It's in Scout Book, and
which should be related.
Okay, fine.
to
I just
combat.
pulled another
So-
report and sent it, but okay, fine.
Yeah.
So, Mike, one thing that I learned just recently, I double bought stuff because the person that was doing advancement for us, I came in to pick up end of year stuff. They didn't close out the PO. So make sure you go back into Scout Book and mark it off as awarded. Otherwise, it stays in a PO and you may end up reordering it.
Yeah.
Yes, I and the previous advancement chair actually gave me that information and said, hey, by the way, I marked these as awarded. Here's some bags with some stuff that's not physically been awarded.
Yep.
But if I didn't mark it as awarded, then it would prompt us to repurchase it. So,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
okay.
Yeah,
cool.
and that's good for others that might be watching this to make note of, especially if they're taking on a new advancement responsibility.
Mhm. Hey,
So-
Matt.
Yeah.
You have a promotion for. Tell me more about your promotion about that patch. The dangle.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that. I mean,
Oh.
this is exciting. I'm
Oh yeah,
very hyped about it.
the Liberty in Action Challenge
That's it.
is a partnership between Scouting America and America 250. So it is a challenge, quote unquote, that you can do with your scouts, and a lot of it is, built around America's 250th birthday that we've got coming up in less than 30 days. I just posted a video about it yesterday or the other day. I can't remember when I put it out. And it's your scouts doing things for the community, learning about, America, learning about scouting and how it has impacted America, and then like doing creative things that center around the 250th. So it's a dangle patch. You can buy it from the what's it called? You can buy it from the scout shop. It's less than $5. And though it is a challenge, there is no like paperwork that you have to fill out. So it really is on Scouts Honor. So if you and your unit want to do it, you guys can go ahead and do the different activities and all that. And what I found was really cool is that if you go to the Scouting America website and you type in the Liberty in Action Challenge, they will provide you with a PDF that has a bunch of different activities for the Cub Scout ranks. So just like any of the Cub Scout adventures, like you can click on and they'll have those little squares with like, is this an indoor and outdoor activity? What are the supplies? How long does it take to set up? They have that for these different requirements within these 5 sections of the challenge. So it's something that I think would be really cool for my scouts and I to earn right before the 4th of July parade. So that way you have it. Because like Scouting America has a bunch of different patches like let's see here.
You got
like this, like this is America 250 patch that they've got there, and they've got the lifted embroider,
nice,
and everything.
Double embroidered there.
Exactly, yeah. I was actually thinking about because big man in the woods talks about how people send him patches and stuff from the US, and theirs are all like flat printed, but ours are embroidered, so they have that 3D texture. So if I can find another one of these ones, because these ones apparently they just disappeared as soon as they were available. And my committee chair, when she was going there to get the awards for one of the pack meetings, says, "Hey, do you want 3 of these for my kids?" And I said, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
So I have that. So that's the challenge. It's available until next February. So you have until next February to knock it out, and you really just have to do the stuff. And in the video, I talk about take a ton of photos with it, like build memories, go out there, have fun with it, and then use those photos as like recruitment tools later on in the fall. Because Cub Scouts, like I do preach to year-round recruiting, but in the fall when families have just moved in and they're starting the new school year, that's when you get a lot of interest in the program. Having things like, hey, here's what we did this summer. We're spoiled out here on the West Coast or on the East Coast. So it's like we got to go see the Liberty Bell, and then we also got to go see the Washington Monument, and we did it, and we got to earn this cool patch for the 250th. And for some reason, like kids love this, like people love these things and all that. So it's just another incentive to get the kids interested in America 250, because much like the Eagle Scout thing, they don't understand the gravity of like, hey, this is a cool celebration, because our country, like you're alive and conscious to be able to celebrate America's 250th birthday. So like it's not a once in a lifetime, because they'll be around for the 300th, but it is like a very good milestone. So
if only there was a video that we could watch on this.
If only.
Perhaps
down the road, I plan to put a little thing up somewhere.
Well, perhaps Mike can find the Roaming Scouters video on.
Yeah, perhaps I can do that.
Yeah, put that in the chat for everybody. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and Section 5 of the requirements is to like do a service project that aligns with American ideals. So you can do a lot of different service projects that you have throughout the year. And that is a part of a larger scouting initiative called Impact 365. So they have a couple of different themes, and obviously this year is America 250.
Right.
And then the next couple of years, let me pull it up real quick so I'm not just talking out my neck. Next year is the environment, and then in 28 it's schools, and then in 29 it's safety. So it's all about having an impact in your community, and they want to make sure that they put a spotlight on service and everything. So the Scouting America is going to be pushing this Impact 365 initiative for the next at least 4 years. So, you know, guys, be out there, and they're having like the theme. They're having a National Day of Service for that, which is in November 14th of 2026. And then there's some other key dates that are in there. I'll drop this in the chat so you guys can read it for yourselves versus just having me play the telephone game. So,
yeah. Well, put it in the links. Yeah, the chat.
Yeah, I just put a link for your America 250 video.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
Which is really good, by the way, man.
Amazing.
It was really
There's
well
even
done.
a picture of Bucky, or is it me?
Oh, it's definitely you. You know, it's a timely photo.
I'm not as gray.
Stan is a gray-haired Cub Scout. So
Yes.
I just want to do a couple shout-outs. Shout out from Randsburg in Indiana. I believe that's the camp has a program for first years.
Yep.
Very good.
Another shout-out, Rusty B 4090
Rusty.
from Philadelphia, Ohio, Buckeye Council.
Fantastic.
The
Buckeye.
Bucky Council.
Buckeye.
Yeah,
Buckeye, not Bucky.
Okay, all right.
All right.
And Craig Adam Kelly just got his, with help, he got his Eagle around 14.
There we go.
There
Craig.
you go.
Helping lower the bar or lower the average there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here in South Georgia. So, all right.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm so
Well,
glad.
Stan, something I learned yesterday. So my Scoutmaster Bucky website, I'm blessed to have some, one person in particular that really diligently keeps it up to date, because we started getting frustrated with sources.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names, but we were frustrated because we couldn't find current, accurate information. And I'll give a shout out to Tyler, which if you've been watching the channel for the last couple of years here, Tyler's kind of my right-hand man, like a brother to me, and maintains my website. We're doing a Test Lab Merit Badge Day on June 20th, because 3 or 4 of them are ending on June 30th.
Yep.
And when we were checking and updating, because competitive gaming ended June 1st, even though it was like the shortest lived of the test labs, we noted that the auctioneering merit badge has now been extended to the end of the year. So there's some...
Now, I believe that a lot of the lab stuff, if it doesn't hit the mark, certain levels of participation, they pull it.
Well, I don't know that it's participation that's the driving factor. It's more the feedback overall. Because if you've done the survey, they ask different questions based on whether you're answering as a youth or answering as an adult who put it on. And, they're gathering that information and assessing it. We are doing the auctioneering merit badge on June 20th with a public auction.
Nice.
That evening. And it's pretty cool. We've got lunch with the Scout executive, which, most people want to have an opportunity to talk one-on-one with their Scout executive. We've got wilderness first aid training and CPR, the stuff you need for high adventure. We have a special class set up, and the instructor is given up to 16 spots that we can auction off, which is fabulous because at least in the Midwest here, we see from $225 to $400 for that class.
Okay.
But I don't need to be doing a commercial for the event. It's super exciting, though, the stuff that we're getting and the support that we're getting for it. I'm hoping we get the sign up and stuff because there's going to be 2 opportunities in the morning, military service, which I'm going to actually be leading as a veteran because I'm very determined that merit badge should only be done by a veteran, a current military person, or I'll even go as far as to say a person who has lived as a dependent in a military environment. I think they can speak very well to a number of the items at this point. And we're finishing that evening with the auctioneering merit badge. So it was intended to say, hey, this thing's ending in June, but now they've extended it out to December 31st. None of the others have been adjusted. Competitive gaming is done with.
Really? So they're going to turn that into a merit badge?
Well, so the test lab is merely saying we're testing it. What I'm interested to see, what I'm watching is what kind of information leaks out based off of the feedback, and how do they announce that it is going to become a merit badge or isn't going to become a merit badge. I'm guessing we'll never know on the ones that aren't. Okay, I don't know that they'll make an official announcement saying, no, this one's not going to become a merit badge. But I'm more interested.
They might bring it back to test again.
They could. I don't think there's a limitation on that. And I actually have one that I'm trying to figure out the submittal process on. And I've written it all up. I actually have a couple ideas. In 2012,
we know you got ideas.
In 2012, our council, I was asked to lead, and we tested invasive species merit badge. And it was a big success.
Good one.
The issue is if you ask the kids, without doing it and having that fun weekend to test it out, they're not going to go, yeah. I mean, most of the merit badges that are merit badges, if you ask the kids, would you like to add this merit badge? No kid's going to go, yeah, environmental science sounds like a great merit badge to add. And I think that's where it's great to get their feedback. But I think I'm hoping that the adult feedback is as heavily weighed as the youth feedback. Because I think there's sometimes that we as adult mentors and leaders need to help guide them towards topics of discovery that they might not otherwise discover.
Right.
I very much expect that the competitive gaming merit badge will become a merit badge very soon.
Well, and I find it interesting that it was very short strung because I think this is just opinion. This is nothing factually based. I think they already had an inkling of its interest. And Matt, I'm sorry, I'm going to go to one of your videos. I think you did a great video on the competitive gaming.
Shucks.
Yes, I agree.
In saying, look, I didn't expect anything good from this. Good. And I think how you broke it down, it was fabulous. And I hope anyone that watches it really takes in your analysis. I think it was genius. It was absolutely genius how you said, you know what? It touches on the values of our scouting, of being mentally awake, of being physically and how really it changed my view of the badge as well. So, I think that's something that down the line, I already have my guesses of what, after looking at the different merit badges, which one of those 9 will become a merit badge. I will go out and say I think competitive gaming has a strong possibility.
Yeah.
Based on, and a lot of my opinion comes from Matt's video on the competitive gaming.
True.
So
it was a great video.
It really was.
Prior to the lab, it was sponsors. People would sponsor those things. So,
the multi-sport merit badge that came out last year is based off of an endowment fund.
Exactly.
The fly fishing merit badge in the mid 2000s was sponsored by the Fly Fishing Association.
Mark over in England, their badges are not only sponsored, but the logo from that sponsor is on the badge.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to be walking around with
that. I think is amazing. He sent me a little package of all kinds of. We shoot patches back and forth, so
I can only imagine just being somewhere and like if you really go ultra capitalistic of it, it's like today's merit badge is brought to you by Walmart.
Or how about today's
Cinnabon does their food merit badge.
Today's merit badge will be environmental science, sponsored by Waste Management Systems.
Yeah.
Or the cooking merit badge today is sponsored by Costco. Stop by and get your great pizza.
Exactly. As you can see, I have just doing a whole video about it. It's like today we're gonna cook with Kirkland brand.
Exactly.
Hey, speaking of branding, since we're giving some free advertising, have we heard from Coca-Cola or Sharpie? I think those were the 2 that we've called out.
Sharpie, I haven't heard from.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like that idea, but
we should have our own like the president has his own Sharpies. We should have Campfire Chat Sharpies.
I did start I'm trying to get just the ScouterStan logo, the statue with the flag in the background.
Yeah.
There's rules. I didn't know this, but there's rules with the American flag. So as long as it's curled and flowing, it's okay. But if it's straight on, there's certain rules that
really?
I did not know any of that.
Okay.
So that's something that I've been working on. It's almost a patrol patch, and you guys will be getting the special ones.
Nice.
I'm hopefully going to get that going by this November. So that's
patches
down the road.
I gotta share something. I shared this.
You do patches all the time.
I do patches, but I ran across. So I was at a Eagle Court of Honor on Friday night, and it was actually Tyler's daughter, and I got to kind of hang out with a group of scouters that I don't usually hang out with, and I met some new scouters in the area, and I actually shared this with my scout executive yesterday when I ran into him. And he's like, this is kind of interesting. I'm kind of pushing to get it to be a council recognized recognition. And I forget, I can look it up when others are talking. But there's these patches. Now, this works. Here we go.
It's always your background there. There you go.
Yeah. So there is I'll unblur here.
We get to see all the junk behind you.
Yeah. Well, my beer can collection is part of it back there. So don't judge me. Settings. I gotta turn off.
Yeah, I had no place to put them, so I just.
Yeah. None. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. See, there's the beer.
That's not so bad.
I'm blocking them.
That's not so bad.
So this here is multiple patches, and it's 5 nights, 15 nights, 25 nights, and this is how they award the kids for camping. Yeah,
it's rockers. That's cool.
Yeah.
So they actually lock into one another, and it's just a cumulative thing.
Yeah. But
so cool.
Before everybody goes, oh, this is great, I want to do it. The cool thing is the camping merit badge only allows you to do one long-term camping. Okay, so what they do is you get your 5-night one, or you get the camping one, I think, on your first camp out.
Yeah.
And then you get your 5 after 5 nights, usually after summer camp.
Yeah.
And then I think the next one they get, but they hold any more rockers until you have your camping merit badge.
Interesting.
And then, so let's say you're one of those people that didn't get your camping merit badge. It's one of the last ones you get, but you've gone to summer camp for the past 5 years. Well, they retro the badges after you get your camping merit badge. So essentially you could get 2 or 3, because while camping only allows you one long-term camping, they count all camping nights. But you don't get beyond the 20 until you've earned your camping merit badge. And I thought that was genius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a place that I'll share that, because I'm sure somebody's going to go, wait a second, I want to get in on that. And there's a company or a website that does it, and it's called patchtown.com. I am not getting any kickback from them, but if they should happen to hear that the Campfire Chat group mentioned them and wants to give us some residual,
or patches,
or maybe make a Campfire Chat patch, At any rate, patchtown.com is what I was told is where they got them, and their unit instilled it. And I think I'm trying to take it to our council to say, let's make this a council award, because councils can approve local awards.
Yep.
And I think it's a good fun. Now, the one argument that I think, I'm playing both sides here, is, it looks too military. But you know what? I don't think most kids or adults that are true scouters are going to get all kicked out of shape going, it feels like it's military. I think it actually makes it kind of cool to fill in that empty sleeve. So that's my newfound share. The gal's name is Kelly, who introduced it, and I want to make sure that she and her scouters get credit for it. Patchtown obviously created the patches, but she worked out and explained it very carefully. They figured out a fair way of distributing it. We think that the adults get them in the same manner, but we don't know how the camping merit badge comes into play for them getting the rockers.
Well, I think the other, because I thought you were going to say, at least what people were going to playing the devil's advocate, is that it sounds very similar to the National Outdoor Award.
There is, but the National Outdoor Award is not set up to be worn on the uniform. It can go on the back of the sash, but most people don't know that or think about it.
I've seen quite a few scouts wear it on where the temporary, a dangle patch would go, or the Philmont patch. So.
Yeah, and that's actually wrong, because with the multitude of rockers and that stuff, it's more than one patch. And again, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but some of the people watching may not realize.
I got a question.
Temporary patch.
I got an answer. It might not be a right one.
Why? Why can't adults earn a merit badge? What prevents that?
Because we're not youth and the program's youth focused.
Correct.
Yeah, I know that, but why can't they just do the requirements?
They can.
Why not?
They
can. Do?
They can. We certainly have adults sit in on merit badge sessions.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when we did energy merit badge and nuclear science merit badge, those were I think there were as many parents as scouts there. They wanted to hear it. They thought it was interesting.
Exactly. You know,
Well,
But
I would
they
do
don't
it
get the
just for
patch.
fun to find out about a subject that I may not know about. You know, just
so I will
fun
say
thing.
Matt's answer is really spot on. The program is developed around youth, and that's
I mean,
it.
we don't wear sashes. I don't need them for advancement of any kind. So
But-
it's purely just to do it.
Well, so there is some interesting points there. One, at my merit badge days in person, I have a lot of adults that will sit in on the classes. So newer ones are always reluctant to sit in. It's like, absolutely, scouting is an open forum. We're not fighting anything.
Yeah.
But the only thing I do tell some parents, and I try and get a read, is this is for the youth, not for you to be interjecting. And so I do kind of monitor, especially with new parents, because I've had a few that like interrupt the flow of the class, which is not fair to the merit badge counselor. However, we talked about it, I think, last or 2 months ago. I heard rumors from the national meeting that they're talking about testing or looking into older scouting for like 22 to 35-year-olds. I don't know what kind of structure of recognition, because that is a different generation, and they are sometimes motivated by recognition and such. I don't know if that's going to be a part of the program. I think the main focus is a social gathering, which I'm all for. I think that's awesome. I do want to say that we should have senior scouting, and that's not 55 and older. That's 35 and older then.
Yeah.
Because I think there's some fun there. But I remember years ago hearing of the Bald Eagle Award, which was for adults. It was an unofficial sort of set of requirements.
Wow.
That you could earn your Bald Eagle. Now this was before girls were in scouting, so it was really kind of focused at the old guys and the balding and getting old. I've also heard of the Silver Eagle or something to refer to the graying and stuff. So I know there's some of that exists out there unofficially. I'd love to find some of that, because I think some of those are really well thought through, very creative, and could form as a fun thing. You know, I would like to see it though focused on to earn your first cane of recognition. You need to help a Cub Scout pack for 2 years. In some leadership capacity. And really make it
almost like the what is it? Wood badge ticket.
Almost
like a wood badge ticket.
But a little more defined to say you follow this, because everybody's looking for the shortcut to hurry through it. And I think if you make something for adults, it's got to be very clear what the expectations are, because there's always those people that are looking to shortcut. And I think it could really benefit our program, but we can't let it overshadow what our main focus is, and that's the youth.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's my reservation about it, because I'm one of those people who like I would love to be able to like do these things and earn them and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's the millennial in me with the participation trophy. I don't know, you know, sort of thing. But it's like, but then I also. Then on the other side, it's like at some point people start to take it over and it morphs into its own thing, and then it's not what is intended to be, because then it's like we're having merit badge only things for adults, and then like does that take away from the kids, and like they're supposed to be like the focus. So that's why like I understand like there are people out there who really would like that, and I think that it would be cool to have some sort of recognition like that. But but I think that keeping it youth focused is the best thing. So that way it is on developing the youth, because and what you're talking about, Brian, where it's like you have to do so many things that work towards this award, or towards this recognition. Like I was just talking with some other scouting leaders about this, about like knots, and I'm like, if Scouting America wants you to do something that's for the benefit of it, they make it a requirement inside of a knot. It's something that you should anytime there's an award or a knot, that they're the basic requirements that you need for something. The training knot is you have your specific training.
Right.
It's like you've gone to round table, for like 4 months or whatever. You've gone to 4 round tables or like done some sort of advanced training. And then you go do I think you do like not a project, but you lead something. I can't remember the exact requirements. And that's how you get, I don't have my uniform here. It's like, that's how you get those things. So like that is something that would be in line with what like the BSA would want to do. And I'm saying that there's nothing saying that we can't come up with an unofficial one and have it be like, you guys can put it through that patch company and make it work. So,
well, maybe what we should do is start with developing a ScouterStan recognition award.
That would be
what would we call them?
What would we call them? Oh.
Like the Stannies or like.
Well, you're classic on that.
Give me several seconds in a chat GPT.
How many lollipops?
Well, Matt, back to your comment from how this conversation started, that there aren't adult merit badges because the program is for the youth. At summer camp, camp where we've gone the last 2 years, they do have an adult merit badge, which is...
I got my underwater basket weaving.
The napping merit badge? Like
napping merit badge?
There's that too, but the camp we're at, which is a great camp, they have a list. I think it's maybe a full page. It's where you went last year of requirements to, I think you're supposed to have your senior patrol leader sign off that you as an adult did all these things. I was like, okay, it'd be interesting. And yes, I get to go buy this patch, but honestly, I don't want to take my focus away from the scouts or be pestering the SPL to sign off whatever. And so I just kind of dropped the whole thing.
You're right. And you were referring to me as going to the same camp. Yes. And that's been my adult leaders' focus is we're not here for ourselves.
Right.
We're here to help serve the youth. Now, as
mentor those leaders.
As Scoutmaster, I have to make sure that, you know what, it's okay if you want to go do that, but I can't have the entire group of adults go do it. Because what we have to remember, and I think a lot of parents forget about this, is every single scout leader is paying to go to camp unless your troop says, oh, we paid for the Scoutmaster to go or we pay for the adults to go. But every leader that's going is putting some money in, whether it be gas money, whether it be snack money at the trading post, whatever. But they're also taking vacation from their paid job and giving their time. And so for me, I feel an added responsibility as Scoutmaster. Not only do I have to make sure the well-being of the kids, but every single one of my adult leaders that goes with, I make sure they understand that I'm appreciative of their contribution to taking vacation, giving up, what could be a family vacation or stuff. Of course, I get the comment, well, this is a lot cheaper than a family vacation, but it's still your vacation time, and the money that they spend in addition to paying for their kid to go to camp and for them.
Absolutely.
So if nothing else, remember that for those that are watching that, you know what, every adult that goes to camp, and Mike, I think the camp that we go to, ironically, the same sub camp and same week, different troops, they try to keep it so that the adults have something to do, and they keep trying to refresh things. So I get it, but in the bigger scheme of things, I think they're putting resources where it's not as important. But I give kudos to them for considering that the adults need something to do sometimes too.
Well, it's not necessarily a merit badge. It could be something like first aid training. I've seen at many summer camps.
They've done IOLS there.
Yes.
Exactly. Which is a perfect place for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And something that Stan's mentioned in the past is, the adults often have jobs that they may need to check in with. And it's very important that camps recognize this and provide access to Wi-Fi, at least certainly for the adults. And something that's kind of, and when I go to camp, I have a laptop with me because I might need to check in with work. And I don't feel I can leave my laptop in my tent, so I need to leave it in my car locked up. And most camps are very insistent that you can only have one vehicle parked at the campsite. And I find that, okay, if I'm not the one that towed the troop trailer, that's probably not me, and my car and laptop might have to be in a parking lot a great distance away. That's actually kind of a barrier for me to go to camp. So I'm not sure why so many camps are so insistent that there's only one vehicle is allowed to park at the campsite, but that's frustrating.
I'll comment on that. I get that because they want it to feel wilderness-based, not like a parking lot.
Right.
I get that. But, each camp runs things differently. Each camp is set up differently. And remember that most of these camps weren't laid out with the internet and Wi-Fi in mind.
GPS.
It was supposed to be, you come up here and the world is left behind and such. But Matt, you had something you were going to say.
That anytime I've gone to camp, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I have tried to make it to where I can completely turn my phone off while I'm at camp for a week, and my team can survive and do it. Because if they cannot survive a week without my decision making and all of that, then I've done a poor job in organizing, training, and equipping them. So I take it as an opportunity to
test.
Yeah, to test that thing. Like I still have my cell phones are on because of the nature of my work. So like if somebody has to talk to me, like, and if a judge needs to talk to me, I'm gonna respond back to the judge. I'm not gonna tell the judge, sorry, I'm out in the middle of the woods. If I have cell service.
However, I'm going to argue, and I want to comment to that statement on the bottom of the screen. You also work in an industry or organization that those expectations are easily laid upon both subordinate and stuff. I know Mike owns his own company, and I've been in that position as well. And you just can't always trust that when the cat's away, the mice won't play.
They do.
Especially in this day and age, especially even with a younger workforce, they need constant oversight, unfortunately. So again, I tell my kids, if we say it's a no cell phone day, don't tell me that you're complaining because this adult or I have my cell phone out. And I remind them they're here giving their time, but that doesn't mean they can be away 100% of the time.
Like you're trying to get in touch with your girlfriend. They're running a business, or they have other people that. When a kid says that to me, like, well, you have your cell phone. I'm like, yes, because people's literal lives depend on what I do. Like, I'm sorry that you can't check your Roblox account while you're out there. So
And here's a comment that also too many vehicles can cause faster rate of damage, which, I get.
True.
Well, that varies from camp to camp.
Yeah. You need a golf cart. Bring a golf cart to camp.
And also I've noticed there are different ways that different adult leaders respond to the request to only have one vehicle at camp. I know there are troops where some of the adult leaders say, no, I'm just going to be here. They just kind of ignore it. I can think of a case, spring camp last year. One of the people with our troop, he was a brand new adult leader. Something that came up was a major customer sales contract that he had to be dealing with. And that was a major part of his annual income on the line. He had to have his car there. Yeah, it was that or take his kid and leave.
Right.
And honestly, I've known some adults that just say they can't, and I've also known adults. Honestly, I'm this way. I'm going to comply with the one car at the campsite by maybe not going to the camp. And honestly, our troop didn't go to our council spring camporee because I wasn't willing to go to be the second adult. And I mean, sometimes requirements drive behaviors and outcomes. So
So Mike, can you go back to that comment from Relental?
Yeah.
And then
okay, yes. Okay, so most adults aren't in it for the recognition, but recognition is very much deserved. And
so here's what I say. There's a couple of pet peeves that I have with adults in scouting. Well, there's more than a couple, but the ones that like say, I'm a servant leader. Well, no, you just proved you aren't by announcing that you're a servant leader.
Exactly.
Same thing when I get, I'm not in it for the recognition. Okay. I call cow poo poo on that. That's the scout appropriate word, I guess.
You mean milk duds?
Milk duds, yeah.
Big milk duds. And here's why. When I did my honor weekend, which was a manners and etiquette weekend, we taught people small talk, how to introduce yourself and how to do small talk. And the emphasis was the fact that what do I have that I can talk to you about and you can talk to me about? And the best way to get people talking is about something they know. And the one thing everybody knows the most about is themselves. Okay. And people like to, whether they admit it or not, when people show interest in you, it's almost a unnatural or a natural reaction to say, well, I'm kind of proud of this. Once you break that little barrier down, I kind of look at it the same way when people go, well, it's not about the recognition. Every person likes to be recognized and appreciated. It's just, I don't want to be called up and have a big to-do, but you know what?
Right.
Seeing your name in recognition of being a part of this or getting a thank you, I think is huge. So not everybody does it for the recognition, but that doesn't mean that it's not appreciated. And we have to, as top leaders, I'm going to say, be the ones that initiate that. Because the most people don't know how to put in for a silver beaver. How to put in for a district. I can't nominate somebody for a district or anybody can nominate. But I have to know somebody. No, you have to know the process.
Right.
Okay.
The form.
And be sufficiently in touch with the council and the advancement committee to know that.
So I took like 5 years to learn how to properly write up a silver beaver nomination. And then I magically got 3 in the same year, you know? So I figured out the little formula of how to write up and what to do. I think Relental in his next comment after that said that, it's difficult when nominating somebody for an award without giving them a hint to why they're asking about certain things. And it's very true. How do you get their scouting history? I'm going to tell you, despite the fact that the Silver Beaver says this should be done, without the nominee, I tell the nominee, I'm putting you in. But I also tell them, don't get upset if you don't get it. Because I'm the nominator. I'm going to do my best to write you up. And here's what kind of promise I'll make is if we don't get you this year, I'm going to put you in next year. I'm going to put you in next year. And I'm going to put you in next year.
And if you're on those selecting committees, they do that. They take the last years that didn't complete, and they just keep going with that.
Ours don't. It still has to be resubmitted.
Interesting.
Oh,
and honestly, I'm
die each time.
So I'm on the advancement committee for our council, and we're asking people for nominations. And it's disappointing how few nominations we get.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's like, at least around here, it seems like all of a sudden people are getting awards, and I'm like, I don't ever remember hearing like a call for nominations or anything.
Yeah.
Well, there is a little bit of, well, you know what, we didn't get any nominations, so we want to bring awareness, and so you get a small little group that says, well, I'll just fill out the bare minimum. We have proof that something was submitted.
Okay.
It's not the quality that it should be, but it meets the minimum requirements. And, you know, I've seen that in our council in the past with our district award of merits. And it's like, oh, we got to give these away.
And we also don't want to have kind of an in crowd getting the awards all the time.
Yeah.
And something that
those are district and council ones that are one time. You don't get multiple. So.
Okay. So something really I find frustrating in an inspiring way. Some of the adults in scouting that I find are most awesome are just quietly doing things and just kind of the neat thing they're doing would be the neatness of it would be lost if I point out, hey, by the way, Bob's doing, does everyone know Bob's doing this? And I'm just like,
Yeah.
So some of the most impactful scouters that I know are setting an example, but it's so quiet that no one knows.
The chevrons that I showed you, you're describing the gal that I met on Friday evening. She's a longtime committed scouter, but she's just doing her thing.
Right.
And I think one of the things that at least I've experienced locally, we have some people that put in nominations because it's an ego boost for them to be a nominator. But I don't think we have a lot of people taking the time to go through the nominations because it does take time to do the write-up and such. And what do we do when we don't win something? Well, eventually we stop doing it.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that we have people. I had proposed a number of years ago, but our council was very non-receptive to it. I would love to head a committee for our council that deals with recognitions and awards. Now, right now, we've got a different group that does the Silver Beaver, a different group that does the Eagle Scholarships, a different group that does this and that. I think that should all come under one committee, and they are responsible for training the unit levels on how do you recognize den leaders? How do I recognize a committee member? There are awards that fit for the committee member. How do we work people to become commissioners and set them on a path? Now, again, you can't lead with saying, because we're putting you on a recognition path. Because, again, as some of the comments keep coming in, I'm not doing it for the recognition, but the recognition is supposed to, as I was told, for Silver Beaver, not to recognize the accomplishment at the end of your stuff, but to give you that turbo boost in the middle of your stuff to really bring you into the most and into your pinnacle of scouting and to recognize what you've done. Now, a lot of councils have moved away from the timelines that are recommended for the Silver Beaver, which I believe is 7 or 10 years. I think they've taken that off now, but it used to be that this should not be, it was a guideline, not a hard number, should be given after 7 or 10 years of service.
Yeah.
And, I struggle. I know there's people that go 13-year-old Eagle Scouts. I mean, I get it, but I really struggle with somebody 5 years or less getting a Silver Beaver. So I guess I made up.
Good point.
I guess I made up for my quiet time at the beginning of the evening.
Yeah.
So here's a comment that for these adult recognitions, you need to know your fellow scouters. This is a social community. Nominations happen every year. And you have to watch after each other for years, make sure it's not a good old boys group. I think that's really important. It's
tough to break those good old boys groups down once they get a foothold. it's very hard to get in their way because they're kind of a machine at that point. And I totally agree with that comment.
Yeah.
And Relanto commented, and I believe that Relanto's a commissioner in his council. We put nomination due dates for Silver Beaver and District Award of Merit on our annual district calendar, and we usually have very few nominations.
Usually have fewer.
That's sad. There's probably so many people who have dedicated so much time, and they never even get recognized.
And because people don't do the write-up. And to me, so when I'm asked to give a speech at a Eagle Court of Honor, one of my common things, I probably have mentioned this before, is great. Everybody's here giving you kudos for earning your Eagle. But I'm going to say, how many people in history do you know of for earning their Eagle? It's what they did after earning their Eagle that history is recognizing them for. They credit scouting with being a huge influence to their success or their accomplishments at that point. So I challenge you to what is going to be your legacy. Same thing with the nominations. I'm challenging adults to take on the role of nominating people and recognizing others. And even if you're a 5-year scouter, do it. And we need more people recognizing fellow scouters for the quality, not for the click.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And not because, hey, Stan, if I recognize you, maybe I can be on your podcast, or if I recognize you, maybe I can be on your wood badge course, or hey, maybe I can get favorite. I mean, where's the song, Matt? You missed the opportunity for the song.
For what song?
That wood badge song.
I got the whole thing.
I hesitate saying that.
Oh my God!
Training with you two having that magic button, so I was disappointed. Neither one of you.
I have to go through my screens to find it. Vision is not my forte. Right now I'm getting work done. So
I need to have some more cool audio stuff here, I think. Okay.
Yeah. I've got the police, the uniform police.
Ooh.
I got that one. That's about the only one I have on here.
Well, when you guys update your equipment, like you were talking in the pre-production show,
oh my gosh,
I'm looking forward to the fancy stuff that you'll get, for wood badge
that's the whole thing. Got to get it right somehow. Yeah, that's it. I got them all. They sang it really well. That's it.
We got harmonizing in there too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that neat? I'll just send you the MP3. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's nice. That's actually from the video. So they were very good at it. So.
Yeah, that was excellent. One thing I wanted to, I love harmony. One thing I want to bring up, if Pin King is still in here, he had asked 2 questions earlier, and we kind of glazed over them. I was hoping to go back to him.
He's a member for a very long time.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that we're not, that there are 2 things that I'd be interested in talking about, at least, because one of them I was not tracking. So Pin King, if you're still out there, please let us know so that we can, we didn't shut you down.
Pin King asked something, I think, about a safety-related incident, and wondering if there would be new changes to the Guide to Safe Scouting. And I guess I usually vet kind of research information before I put stuff up. But I think we
Yeah.
Was that the one? Or
he asked how to suggest the scouts to attend NYLT.
Well, the one that Mike's talking about was one that I was looking up in the background because he was like, I wonder if they were going to change their things, because he said that a adult leader had passed away while they were on a hike with the Cub Scouts.
Yeah.
And I had to look it up, and yep, the gentleman, his name was Nick, was 48 years old, and he was in Colorado. And if you've never been there, there's the Manitou. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not a true, Coloradan.
Manitou?
Yep, that one, the incline. And he was going up it with his kids, and ended up it looked like he had some sort of medical emergency and passed away on the trail.
Wow.
With his Cub Scouts and all of that. So his family said that he was in good health and that he prepared for that and everything. So I just felt like that it's important to talk to the scouting leaders about, hey, we all believe that we are young bucks and everything like that. But as you get ready to go do these strenuous things, make sure that you are training yourselves, that you are practicing before you go up there, because that's a steep incline. I have not personally done it myself, but I've driven past it. It's on my bucket list. But yeah, and it also goes to show you that your scouts have to be ready for your scouts have to be ready to respond to any sort of emergency, because it could be you and they could save your life, sort of thing. So I felt like that was at least important to kind of go back to.
Yeah, but what was the question he was asking? Do you think that we will have more restrictions?
Nah.
I don't think we would, because it's an adult leader that passed away, and it wasn't like they did anything. It's not like they did anything unsafe. It was just that he had a medical emergency up on the hill, on the incline. So
yeah.
It's like, I don't think that there would be a
cardiac kind of thing, or
it does not say, at least on here. It just says that he passed away there. So,
well, sometimes you could be surprised. You'll be with your doctor and they do a test and they say, "Hey, you got this, and this." So
yeah,
you can be, and that's why the medical ABC thing is every year for adult.
I think
change over time as you get older. Things.
I think the local council will have a little more carefulness for the short term because of this. They'll be kind of like we had that flooding, I want to say down in Iowa or something a few years ago, and it affected a Cub Scout camp, and I think there was a Cub Scout that perished in that and stuff. I think, we learn from our experiences. I don't think there's going to be drastic changes. And I'm sure they'll do an investigation for insurance purposes and such. But what came to my mind was, like I mentioned earlier, I was pushing a 30 BMI or something right on the limit in 2017.
Wow.
Going to National Jamboree. And I was like, yeah, but you know what? I'm in good health. I'm just barely into my 50s and I'm good. I could carry a little extra weight. But since then, I've lost two very good friends. My committee chair a couple years ago and another friend of mine that was working with his son on the backpacking merit badge, and both had cardiac arrest.
Wow.
And they were in respectful health.
Yeah.
So, we don't know what other things are included in there. We don't have access to the autopsy report. I'm sure scouting will look at that, but I don't think there'll be any big major changes, because I think we address a lot of that pretty thoroughly now and vet that. If this was a troop outing, the organization can only do so much. In that, other than you could see that unit getting some discipline for not having proper training or something.
But there might be underlying conditions that we're unaware of. So.
Yeah, and it could have been that if they, let's say there was a troop and they did respond accordingly, and he still, succumb to his injuries, then there's nothing that they can do. I think that at least the point that I always bring up with adult leaders is like make sure that you are taking care of yourself. One, because it's an example for your scouts because of living the scout oath. And then also so that way you can be there for those activities. So especially with like the summer coming up, it was like 97 with like 90% humidity out today. And even
Florida.
Exactly. And I was just sitting there like, you know what? I don't need to go out there and do anything right now in it. So
yeah. And you can, and we probably won't articulate them here, but you can do a Google search and find, unfortunate events that have happened during scouting activities. And scouting does certainly respond to those. That's one reason that the Guide to Safe Scouting is updated from time to time. And there have also been some incidents over the course of several years where scouts that were either cycling or hiking on the side of a road were hit by a car and had some serious outcomes. And I believe, at least my impression, that might be the reason that the cycling merit badge was kind of rewritten a little bit to emphasize the trail aspect of the cycling merit badge, to kind of, they brought in the definition of trail, kind of trying to get people off of roads. And I have to say, my first experience cycling with our troop is a 10-mile ride on the side of a busy road. I was like, I am not doing that again.
Scary.
It was
scary.
It seemed dangerous. And something in my workplace, we say when we're doing safety training that if you're about to do something or you're doing something that seems dangerous, it is.
Yeah.
Let's find a safe way to do it.
Yeah. So Mike, I'm going to kind of jump in on your job. There's a couple questions that I want to propose that we address next month that we didn't get to, because we're coming up on 2 hours here.
Yeah.
You know what? We've the next big one is July 5th. So our next big campfire.
Well, so let's just make a visual note.
Should we? Should I put them up? The
ones that I think we should answer: how to suggest the scouts to attend NYLT. We didn't get to that.
Yes,
I think that's a great discussion point. And how do you deal with youth in leadership positions that don't do anything? Kind of a subjective question, but I think it's still worthy of discussion. And do you have job descriptions for positions? Check in halfway through the term. I think we should save those for next month and start out.
Definitely.
And I wanted to highlight those. I haven't looked at the latest things coming in, so there may be some other questions that we didn't get to. But hey, Stan, you're the this is your campfire. So
I just put the campfire together and little things and light it on fire. So, I agree.
Well, I think you should. Yes, I think you should comment on this, and we close out.
It would be nice to have a wood badge square knot. I agree.
It would be, wouldn't it? They have a small one that's got the beads on it, but I don't think it's BSA.
It's not official.
No.
Yeah.
But
something that I've proposed in my council, and I would frankly like to see in my council and nationally, is to have an adult leader recognition for the first time that a new leader goes with their troop to summer camp.
Yeah.
I mean, because that
would be neat.
Signing up as a leader, doing all this training, paying money, buying gas, taking a week off work. I mean, that's a big commitment, as we mentioned earlier.
Well, the thing about square knots from National, they want to decrease. They had a lot. They have consolidated and consolidated and consolidated. So getting a new one, it'll be very hard.
Yeah.
But I think it's overwhelming. The amount of people that go to summer camp and give up all that vacation time and money and all that stuff. They should be recognized. And it can be done without being an official knot per se. It can be done with a pin. They have these BSA thank you pins. So they do have those. They've been out for so long. they kind of lose their meaning. So maybe there should be another kind of pin for that.
Maybe.
So
here's my comment to the wood badge. We have beads. We have a rose-colored neckerchief.
Yep.
Now we're going to wear a third item to recognize.
A woggle too. They have a woggle.
Well, and the woggle. So we're going to add another item for a single component of scouting. I think that puts too much emphasis already on one thing, because I need my scouters to be well-rounded. And
I have a very strong feeling about the roundedness that you're referring to in regards to wood badge, because wood badge, the ticket type of thing, helps with that. So that's the goals that are part of it.
Going to roundtable and learning about the current evolution. To me, wood badge is not bad when properly executed.
Right.
Okay. But it's not the end all of scouting. Okay. And I've had some great leaders that just won't go to it. I've had some leaders that are like, I know this stuff. I've been to professional development. What are they going to teach me? And that could be another discussion item for another time. But I think a wood badge, we already have an overly compensated recognition for wood badge in comparison to other parts of scouting.
True.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the what's it called? Like the knot. No, I think that the woggle, the neckerchief, and the beads, I think because they all have roots and they symbolize things from Lord Baden-Powell. I think that is the appropriate thing. I'm not saying that like if they put out one that I probably would put it on, just because I don't wear my neckerchief or my bead that often because I don't like to have things around my neck usually. It's just who I am as a person. So it's maybe that would be an extra thing. But yeah, I agree with Brian that I'm not a fan necessarily of that. But yeah,
well, there is a caveat to those beads. The original beads were for the hat. They were not for the neck.
That's cool.
That was the original idea that Baden-Powell had. They put them on their hats. They actually would dangle them right on the brim. That was the reason I got that information. Oh, we got a special. Awesome. Thank you. When I was given some beads from Gilwell from England, and those beads had that on there, how to put it on your hat.
Oh,
so
nice.
A little piece of paper in there. So
nice.
So you don't have to wear them on your neck.
I know I suggested we should bail out here, but I think there's one more real good topic here.
There's
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at this. Awesome. Nathan Keith, 2533. I have a question. I'm a DE, so district executive, and I presume he is not allowed in schools to recruit. What do I do to drive up youth numbers without using the thing that works for the rest of the U.S.?
Well, first off, the rest of the U.S. is dealing with some of the same problems.
Yep.
At least here in the Twin Cities, getting into the Minneapolis schools is nearly impossible for political reasons and others. And that is an age-old question of how to get into the schools. I see we have some answers in the group chat here, and they're all good answers. One that I think that is the easiest way to get in there is to befriend and get in good with families that are involved in the school PTA or board or employment there, and tie them to scouting. And when you have that inside track, you can sometimes get into that. Now, it may be a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy that you have to use to get in there. But, the community events are great ideas. Work with the summer program. So, for instance, in Minneapolis, I was able to get into the Minneapolis schools myself for my unit because last summer I worked with essentially the Park and Rec by doing some scouting programming for them on the promise that I could flyer and get to some of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So when they are in need of help, be there to help. If they have a carnival, offer to staff it with scouts.
Great.
Find ways that you can, and this is what our new scout executive is really focused on, is building up the positive influence of community and scouting.
Yeah.
And he's got some great ideas, and I'm being right now very supportive of his vision and such. And I think that's where we as scouters have to move, is showing the value that scouting brings to the community and making us a value. So that's
the state of Florida actually passed a law saying that the scouts would have access to the schoolrooms directly. They passed a law with enforcement, like 2 years in prison if you prevent it. I mean, it's like, wow.
And Stan, I think you have, I think you made a video on it. I'm trying to find your video to send out a link.
So many.
Yeah.
You remember what that was called?
Visiting the schools or school visits. I think I did a piece on that. I have talked to thousands and thousands of children in schools, in the schoolrooms. And that presentation has to be quick and really hit the mark. But I remember there was a video that I did.
I found it.
Good.
Yeah. So Nathan, I hope that I don't know if Matt has anything else to add, Stan or such. It's an age-old question. Thank you for asking that question.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I think that's the first step to finding.
It is an issue nationwide.
It is.
It is.
Honestly, when I was Cub Master, the day that we went around to the classrooms, I went and got 24 donuts and put it in the teacher's lounge and wrote "Thank you" from Pack 819 on the box. So when they opened it, they saw it was a thank you. Because I'm taking time away from the student, the teacher student. So,
I was in a discussion with our district's executive and the principal said, I love scouting. It's a great program. I wish more scouts were in it. It's awesome. I just can't have you guys in here.
Yeah.
Just due to the complexities
the Boy Scouts
and
in,
their,
they gotta let the Girl
issues.
Scouts in. They have to let the karate people in. They have to let the lacrosse people in. Blah blah.
And something a point that our district executive made, which I think is a fair point, that scouting is one of a very small number of organizations that has a congressional charter.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Federal charter.
One other suggestion for Nathan. Tap into the STEM component, offer them program for school or after school or as a part of their one of their events. The 2-liter bottle rockets or something STEM related. Elephant glue. Everybody loves elephant glue. They can't get enough.
The goop, with
there's
a lot of that stuff.
So doing something STEM related, or saying, hey, we could help do a Olympic like day softball throw, running, or we could help with your field day. Partly because Scout is physically fit. And that ties in with our values. So if you can find a way to tie the values and send the message, it's not going to be you walk in tomorrow and they say, oh, great, come do a program for us. It's going to be a little bit of a relationship building. But people respond when you're willing to do stuff for them and they don't have to do the thinking, the planning, the execution. It can have big payoffs, but it can also not work, but make an effort trying.
something that our council's district executive was trying to do is get field trips, whether school field trips or daycare field trips, to a council camp. Do a STEM program, a nature program. And, honestly, teachers, especially in elementary, are looking for places that they can go for field trips that are related to their curriculum. And, hey, if you have something where, the cost is not all that great, they probably have some budget for this. They can probably, pay your council something for it. But I know that's something that our DE was trying to do, and then our DE got a job not in scouting, so I'm not sure how far it went.
Well, so that's a great idea. I ran into that problem with working with the Minneapolis Kids program because they needed insurance, cost of transportation to come. So they were thrilled when I came to them. Which what you could do, Nathan, is partner up with like a raptor center or the zoo and have them bring their program in as a partnership with scouting. So you get the advertising, but you're showing some of the nature aspect of scouting. So any way that you can bring it to them is a lot more cost effective for them and waiver free and all this and that.
Okay. So
I had something on this real quick because I wanted to get confirmation of something, but I'm going back and rereading because while you guys have been talking, I've been looking at case law over here because my understanding is, sorry, that's where my brain goes to.
There you go.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. This is not legal advice, but I want to ask Nathan, you said you're a DE for Pacific. You said Pacific Trail. So that's Pacific Crest Trail that's out in Oregon, correct?
Yeah.
Let's see if he responds.
I think so. Yeah, see if he's out there.
Yep. Or else he's going, okay, I figured out where I'm from.
Yeah. Okay, excellent.
He said yes.
So,
okay.
well, yeah, because I immediately started going on here and looking through things, and there's like Supreme Court, there is Oregon Supreme Court rulings and things like that says that like the scouts are allowed to recruit inside of the schools as long as they do not include like religious elements and things like that. Because separation of church and state was what was put in here, and there was also some stuff from the ACLU as well. Cascade Pacific Council Pacific Trail. Okay. Is that in Oregon?
We should have some climactic wake music.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. Yeah. So it seems like there's some things here, and I was going to recommend at least going to the school district and saying it, but it looks like the school district is the one that is pushing you out. So you might have to go if you're having problems with that, and it doesn't work out with what Brian and everybody else was recommending, which is, it's always better for them to come to the conclusion and say, hey, we are a great organization. We benefit the kids. Here's how it can benefit. Like if you let us in, it provides a holistic approach of developing kids, both academically and socially and all of that. So that's always better than the other option is that you could go to the Oregon Board of Education and say, hey, this school district is not allowing us to go in there and recruit. And you could have that conversation. And like I said, I'm not your lawyer, so you'd have to do with that information what you will. But I think that there is, at least from what I'm reading on here, this is from 2002, 2009, the last of these case edits, that there are things that can help, that they should not be stopping you from going into there.
Right.
So
based on legislation that's been passed.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
So based on what I found in here in this Powell v. Portland Public Schools and a couple of other ones that are listed in here. But like I said, like this is not legal advice. It's just it's just like, it's just I look. That's where my brain goes to.
Although we're here every Sunday night,
Yeah.
And,
well, every
month.
Every month. Sorry, but
every Sunday night.
I know if you go to your Scout executive and talk to your Scout executive, there's probably legal counsel for your council.
Yes, there is.
You might want to look into and see how you pursue it. And I believe, what kind of donuts are your favorite, Matt? What kind of donuts are your favorite?
Oh, I like the pink sprinkled ones. You know, it's like I want the big Homer Simpson donut. You know, like
So Nathan, maybe you can contact us privately, and we'll give you the Roaming Scouters contact information for free donuts when you get your
delivery to his door. You know, if you go to the teachers council thing, if you do that as a DE, make sure your field director knows about it. Okay, don't just go up.
Your immediate supervisor gets touched.
I don't want you to get in trouble.
Right?
And that's why it's always like, hey, like it's always nicer to like go talk to the PTO, PTA, whatever organization acronym you're using, or something like that, to where the parents are saying, hey, this would be beneficial to our kids.
Yeah. Our Cub Scouts would do the PTA flags, and that was big time. We needed that, and it was a picture moment because you picked out the cute ones and you put them up there, and it melts everybody's heart, and they of course you can come in and talk to all the classrooms. Sure. So it's you have to build that relationship. That's the big part of it. You have to build it. You just can't assume it. You can't wait for Florida, which took 5 years to do, to pass a law.
So I'm gonna help bring things to an end. Nathan,
sure.
Can we get an update from you next month, July 5th? Would you be willing to come back here and let us know your progress?
There you go.
I don't know. Maybe we could even get him on camera if he'd be willing to do that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, maybe.
We can have up to 6 people on here.
Well, so
easily.
Nathan, there you go. Maybe. Would you be willing to be on camera and share your experience with us?
Yeah.
and
he's like, this is more than I bid on. This is more than I wanted.
And say Nathan, I just sent you a text message and an email, so you can, if you want to talk to us after the show.
Just clear it with your field director, clear it with your Scout executive, and we promise we won't ask you any questions that will negatively affect your career.
In any way, shape, or form. Well, guys, we've been going on for more than 2 hours. Can you believe that?
But we got our stuff for next week. We got next month. We got some questions. We've got a special guest coming
next month.
With an update on our wise. I don't know if it's wise old or wise A word.
Wise guys.
Wise guys.
It's use guys.
Yeah.
Use guys. You guys over there.
Use guys.
Well, thank you so much. Matthew, thank you so much for all you do in scouting in your channel. Please, if you're watching, subscribe to his
I am
channel.
Watching, yes.
What? I mean, no. I'm talking to the guys out there staring at the screen at us. If you're watching, please subscribe to his channel. And the same thing's true for Bucky. I know he's a little, you know what he is.
Oh, I just do music videos.
Yes, he does. He has some new. We didn't get to him. We'll have to do that. Well, we'll have to do something patriotic. You know, we all have to wear 3-cornered hats also because it's the.
Listen, don't tempt me. They're on sale over at Michael's right now, and I want to make a video for Big Man in the Woods, and it's just going to be hilarious. So
I have one from Townsend that I can't find. I think my kid took it. So, anyways, and Mike, thank you so much for running the board and everything you do every single month. And I am so grateful. I am so blessed to have these young gentlemen with the old timer. And I had a picture, I think, it proves I'm the old timer.
Okay.
But thank you so much,
Stan. I'm gonna step on you tonight and close out for you. I wish you well on your health journey, and
me too. I hope so.
We hope everyone else will keep you in their thoughts and prayers on your journey to a clean slate of health and
well,
better
a
eyesight.
big week. I get cleared through some things, and then there's some surgeries going on this week. I'm getting cataracts taken out of my eyes.
Yeah.
So, not both at the same time.
No.
So vision has been a big challenge. So I plan to be able to see the screen again. It's kind of blurry and doubled, but that'll be nice. That'll be nice. But you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for all you do. And thank you for everyone that's out there still watching. So we're going to wrap it here. Any last words?
Bye.
Bye. That's a good last word. Okay.
That's a good one. All right. I will see you on the trail.
Okay. Thank you.